Sweet delay. Tear down the bridges, drain all the rivers, burn down the town hall. There are no winners. Reload the weapons, sharpen the scissors, cut off the fetters, pull all the triggers.
Граждане, братья и сестры, бойцы нашей армии и флота, к вам обращаюсь я, друзья мои. Вероломные военные нападения гитлеровской Германии на нашу родину начаты 22 июня.
And everyone's screaming when the lights go out.
Несмотря на героическое сопротивление нашей армии, несмотря на то, что лучшие дивизии врага и лучшие части авиации были разбиты, нашли согласование на полях сражения, враг продолжает есть вперед, бросая на фронт новые силы. Над нашей Родиной нависла серьезная опасность.
Hey everyone, Joe here, just coming to you with the final for our artillery group build that was put on by Joachim and Marcus. Great, fun group build. Always a great subject when these two put on a group build. And we did the 135th scale trumpeter SU-152, which is a self-propelled howitzer. Technically, that's what it is. It's also known as a tank killer or a beast killer. And here we are. So, we've got it on our generic base that I like to put everything on because I don't like making dioramas. But it looks pretty good. Taking up the middle of the road, it's just kind of sitting there. Bunch of jerks taking a break, I guess. Didn't want to pull off to the side. But, we've got all of our figures in. This little guy is actually glued to the tank. And so when we lift the tank up here in a minute, you'll see he'll come up with it, but it just happens to be touching the ground as well, which is awesome. We did bend up the fenders. One is actually gone. And we did some weathering as well. The weathering we did is it was in the mud, and then it kind of is dried up a bit now because they've been resting here for a while, let's say. And we'll give it a quick spin around, but you obviously got our commander sitting on top of our barrel. We got this guy is riding along, another guy here in the back. We have some stowage up front and over here and up top here and one in the back. We'll give it a little spin. Now, I took the autofocus off, so that hopefully this will work pretty good, but we probably are going to have to turn it back on here at some point. So again, you can see all the dried up mud in the back and on the tracks. Tracks went together really, really well. And my plan went together well, where I put in the return wheels and the, I don't know all the names, I'm sorry. But we just popped them inside the tracks when we put them on, which really worked out well. The one thing is the return wheels up top here, definitely have to figure out a better way of doing that. I saw Panzermeister 36 just did a video where he actually just glues them to the top and slides them on as well. So I'll probably do that. As far as the weathering goes, like I said, I sometimes try to do a little bit too much, and so it's tough. And I'll get to that in a minute. But we did get a lot of weathering done on this. Some powders, and you can see our little fuel stains in our tanks. And we'll take this off the base, and we'll do kind of like a top-down view. So let me pause it real quick. All right, so here we are. And we'll kind of come back to the front. Actually, no, we'll leave it to the back, and then we'll just kind of get some close-ups here. You can see our dusting in the corners by the fuel tanks, and our stowage. Now we do have the auto focus turned off still, so if it goes out of focus, sorry. We do have some rust staining and everything on our exhaust. You can't really see it on camera actually, but it does pick up in other areas. We have some streaking as well, which you're not really picking up. I think my lighting is just flushing it out too much, but yeah, a lot of fun. We'll see if we can't get it back to the front. Again, I know Trumpeter has a reputation of maybe not being the most accurate kits in the world. Like the wheels aren't the right ones that were on the KV1, things like that. I don't really concern myself with those kind of things. That's just not who I am. We did put an antenna, by the way, because some reference pictures I saw had one. Most didn't, which is kind of weird. But I saw some with couples, so I just kind of was like, yeah, I want to put one on there. I think it adds to it just a little bit. Although I got to learn how to bend it better. But anyways, lots of fun. Little guy's got smoke coming out of his cigarette. And enjoyed myself. Now, what that leads me into is plans for 2022. So I want to kind of go back to basics, and I want to get back to simpler, cleaner builds for a couple of reasons. One, as you start watching all these great shows, Night Shift and Plasmo, and all of you out there as well, and I try to sometimes maybe do too much. Like I want to start weathering and Night Shift and do all this, and eventually what it does is it just kind of messes with me, where it's like, okay, it's just too much, too overwhelming, and if I make a mistake, I don't want to show it on camera, which is terrible. It's not what I want to do. So I want to go back to the basics and just do real simple, clean builds. I've already kind of done that with the cars, where you don't really see me do too much to them. It's just, paint and assemble. I do want to still do some weathering. I just don't want to try to make these look super uber real. I just want to put them together and have some fun. Another person that I've been watching is Brett G, and I've mentioned him before, but if you go and watch his videos, his builds are just really crisp and really clean, and I really like that, and I don't know why, but it's been pretty inspiring to be like, okay, I want to do that, because these just go on my shelf, right? They're not going into a contest or anything like that, so I just like that look of that real clean, neat lines, perfect demarcation lines, whatever it might be, nice looking decals, etc. So that's what I want to get back to and have some fun with it, and knock out a bunch of kits as well, because my time's limited. So that's what we got going on for the upcoming stuff, and we'll also got a couple of new builds to be doing intros for either today or pretty soon. So until next time, Joachim and Marcus, thank you very much for putting on this group build. I can't wait till the next one, because I love your guys' subjects, man. It's really refreshing. So until next time, I hope you're all doing safe. Take care.